been over 110 days that Mr. Carney's been Prime Minister, elbows up, all that kind of stuff. He promised a lot of things, and other people are saying, well, maybe he hasn't been producing. And yet the polls are showing that most Canadians are happy. One person who's not happy is Catherine Swift, and she joins you right now because I've read what you've been writing recently in your magazine, and it sounds like you are not thinking that Carney's producing what he said he was going to produce.
Well, he's not. He's not. Let's face it. During the election, we were in crisis mode. Things had to be done fast. Big things had to be done really fast. That's why we needed those. I always thought it was like the chicken dance, actually. But
it may turn out to be.
It kind of is a chicken dance. He was talking big about Trump, and then when he actually went to meet Trump, he was obsequious. He was, oh, you're a transformational president. He was flattering him and so on. Totally different image than he presented during the election.
But look at the issues now with Canadians. Look at immigration, look at the criminal code, you look at the economy. Three big things, housing. Is anything different from when the election was called?
Well, the only thing I can think of, and actually I'm going to be positive about it, is giving a raise to the military. I think the military has been stiffed for a long, long time with governments of both political, conservative and liberal, pox on both their houses, and I think that's good. Now he's doing it because he knows it'll fit into the NATO goal.
And it will raise our spending as an easy way.
But I'm fine with that. I'm happy with that because our military has been deprived for a long time.
Yes.
And it'll probably keep a lot of tampons in the men's rooms, which is, of course, quite important, as we know.
That's a Trudeau thing. So really, though, we have no trade agreement. We maybe aren't going to have one. What do you think of that?
Well, I think that's very possible. I'm beginning to wonder if he deliberately does not want a trade agreement, because once a trade agreement happens, the Orange Man bad goes off the table.
Right.
And we're on to, maybe he'll have to deal with real issues like the economy tanking, which it is right now. There's a lot of talk, and you may have heard this as well, that Carney wants another federal election before the midterm U.S. elections, which are next November. Well, we are November. So, because he sees the polls right now and thinks, I can get that majority. So keeping the Orange Man bad as the evil foil is a way to do it, and to keep fighting on the trade issue as opposed to actually reaching an agreement is one way to accomplish that. I hate to think that, because I think it's very bad for Canada, but we're all facing tariff increases right now. What I find hilarious, though, again, is the change messaging. Now, suddenly, that trade agreement was so important, it was going to be achieved by August 1st and all that. Now, well, no deal's better than a bad deal. And I love the 85% of our goods aren't subject to tariffs. They weren't 6 months ago or a year ago either. This is not news. So suddenly not having an agreement is great, when a few months ago it was absolutely essential.
So the messaging is different, the demands are different.
Why do people buy it? Why do people buy these total
Why did we buy Trudeau for three elections?
Yeah.
So quickly now, should we be more demanding of our politicians?
Of course we should. Everyone should always be demanding of our politicians.
Catherine
and we're
Swift.
not. We're tolerant. Too tolerant.
Too tolerant. 3 minutes. And thank you. To those of you who have subscribed and donated, a heartfelt thank you. You're keeping us on the air. If you're watching and you haven't, please try to do so, because 4 years ago we started this show because there needed to be independent analysis. Now more than ever, with the Online Harms Act, once that gets into law, it's been passed once by the House, there are going to be hundreds of bureaucrats censoring the news in Canada, censoring this show. We need to keep it on the air. Thanks for your support.